WNYWaterCooler.com.
Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you?
WNYWaterCooler.com.
You ain't shit. You not shit.
You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
We got greatness in us. So I told them, you got greatness in you, but you got to make a decision to be great. They made a decision to be great today. And I couldn't think of a better place to end the street.
Pick it up a little bit, okay? Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Hey, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking. Let's get rolling. Okay.
Gunshot, gonna lick a boy. Gunshot, gonna lick a boy.
Welcome back. WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. We got Wreck and Coast on the line.
What's up, fellas? Coast. What's up with your boy, Tiny Tyrod? He doesn't look too good. He looked pretty gimpy coming off that field, bro.
I'm glad you set me up for this right away, because I gotta just go on a little bit of a rant here.
Tiny?
Wow, I love it. Let's go.
I'm disgusted, embarrassed by Bills fans, Bills media. The criticism that McDermott got for benching Taylor was a joke from the national media.
Dude, you said the
people.
You said the same stuff for 3 weeks, bro. No one cares.
Dude, it was ridiculous. And Tyrod Taylor proves pretty much every time he plays that he's not good. And
why does McDermott deserve the benefit of the doubt?
Because Taylor sucks, man. He's not good. He had every right to be benched. He threw for 65 yards on Sunday. He threw for 56 yards. You're paying money for season tickets. Your last 2 home games, you saw a combined 111 passing yards. We had 30 net passing yards with Taylor. This guy, he's not good. We can't win a big game with him. Any game where we're going to have to score with someone, we're not going to win. McDermott was totally right for benching him. I don't care who the backup is. And the way this guy got crucified for it, it pisses me off.
McDermott's a fucking loser.
He's a loser. Why? Because he benched a loser quarterback?
Because he's never accomplished anything.
Nate Peterman is a bum 5th-round joke from the.
I don't care.
From
Taylor.
The Northeast. He's a nobody, dude.
So is Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor's a 6th-round pick. Guy throws for like 170 yards on average. There's a reason why no one wanted him in the offseason.
There's a reason. What's the reason McDermott brought him back then? McDermott built this roster with 2 shitty fucking horrible quarterbacks.
Because you got to just take what you can get. Quarterbacks don't fall off the trees. Like you just got to take what you can get. And wasn't he under contract? Like he had
under contract.
The bonus
no, he wasn't.
Whatever.
We could have come with no penalty. We could have.
Yeah, but you got to look. You got to look at what the other options are. There were none. We talked about this. I'm just so sick of people wanting to run coaches out of town every chance they get. It happens all the time. It's so ridiculous. This guy's in his first year.
McDermott, did you see him when he challenged and we didn't even touch their quarterback? And wait, oh shit, you were on Santa's sleigh ride. My bad. But no, we challenged a play that had no chance of being overturned, and then he didn't challenge a time when it was we stopped him, and it would have been like 4th and like a yard. He was too busy looking around. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I don't know who his guy upstairs is, because obviously he's not organized. The process sucks, man. This guy needs to learn how to coach on game day.
First, okay,
he needs to learn how to coach on game day. If you don't agree with that, you haven't been watching the games. The guy's lost.
I've watched every game except I listened to the entire first quarter of the Patriots game on the radio. The thing I went to was over by 12:45. I didn't see the play on the first challenge. I just heard John Murphy and Mark Hounsell try and explain it, which was just a joke. But he's
a joke.
The second half play, it would have been like 4th and a foot. I wouldn't even challenge that against New England.
No, the problem on that,
I'd rather save my time out. They hardly ever overturned those plays anyways. I don't think it was conclusive.
No, the problem was
I disagree.
The problem was I heard exactly what happened. one ref marked him short, the other ref marked him first down, and even the Patriots ran a play where they thought that it was fourth down because it was a weird play. They wouldn't have ran that play on first down. Either way, what's supposed to happen is the ref is supposed to stand over the ball. They're not supposed to be able to snap the ball like that. But a real coach wouldn't let that happen.
Oh my God!
He's challenged.
This is ridiculous. This is the stuff I'm talking about. It's nonsense.
100%.
He's 12 games into his head coaching career. Obviously, you have to learn. Like it's with any job, there's learning. There's stuff you have to learn.
Yeah, like McVay.
And the team's 6-6. Most people would say they already overachieved.
Who said you saying? Are you saying they'd overachieve?
I'm saying they're about what I expected them to be.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't overachieved. What are you talking about? Some people would say that.
Most people would.
But,
if you ask like people around the league and in the media what our over/under was 6.5.
You just said you don't. You said the national media is an embarrassment. What the fuck do you care what other Tim? Did we have we overachieved?
Well, kind of. We got lucky with because in spite of McDermott, we've won Atlanta and KC, which he pretty much gave the KC game away, and they somehow didn't take it.
How?
But
How'd they give the KC game away?
Dude, his play calling was.
He doesn't call the plays.
He tells the coach guy what to do.
I would have fired Dennison after that game.
Tyrod Taylor.
I would have fired Dennison after that game. That was atrocious. What did we do in the second half against the Chiefs? Try to lose?
Yeah, he did. I think he's trying to lose.
I've been to every Bills home game since 2004. Tyrod's
what are you talking about?
Tyrod's one of the best quarterbacks we've had since then. So I don't know what to tell you.
I think Ryan Fitzpatrick was a much better player than Tyrod Taylor.
Well, at least Tyrod doesn't throw it to the other team, which Fitz does and Nate Peterman does, dude. So,
oh my God,
what?
I just don't understand.
Peterman's not good, man. If you think he's better, if you think he gives us a better chance to win this Sunday, then you're wrong. You're completely wrong, dude.
I don't think I don't necessarily think he gives us the best chance to win this.
No one possibly could.
Well, but when Taylor was benched the first time, we haven't seen Peterman play yet, and there's no reason why you wouldn't think you could get a better play from some other guy.
He played 3 fucking days ago.
I thought Peterman looked 5 times as good as Taylor when he played Sunday.
Yeah, 5 of 12. He had awesome stats. I mean,
he had a drop, and he probably threw for more yards in half the quarter.
He didn't, though. Even you could just look it up. He didn't.
I'll look it up right now. But, dude, the point is, where are you going anywhere with Tyrod Taylor? And I'm just sick of people defending him, and I'm sick of people
Nobody's defending him. Nobody's defending him.
Everyone defends him.
Why
did? No,
I'm not defending him either.
People defend him all the time. It makes me sick, man.
Who are these mythical people? It's just us 3 talking. What? I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about. Why did we go into the season with Tyrod Taylor as our quarterback?
You have no other options, man.
No other options.
Okay.
No other options. Wow.
Ghost, how's that?
We tried to get McCollum. We failed. I think we tried to get Hoyer.
Ghost, how's that Darius trade looking after you saw the white boy run for like 130 yards in the first half against us?
The Darius trade is completely meaningless to me and meaningless to the season.
Meaningless to the season. Our defense, our front 4 is getting shredded by no-name running backs.
Oh, okay. So you're telling me that if Darius plays, we beat New England, the Saints, the Chargers, and the Jets? I mean, let's get real here.
We would have probably beat the Jets.
We lost those games by 20, by the average of 30 points.
We would have beaten the Jets, and we wouldn't have gotten...
We wouldn't have beat the Jets with Darius. Give me a break. It was 31-7. Darius isn't making that big of a difference, man. Every game we've
lost, we were within except for when Peterman throws the ball the other team for five times in the first half. The score at halftime of these games is within 1 score. When are we getting shredded in the third and fourth quarter?
Right. because your defense gets tired because your offense is completely inept.
Because we replaced Darius with nothing.
Yeah, because the defense can't get off the field.
Some deaf guy.
I think the defense played very good Sunday, and they played very excellent in the first half.
Gronkowski,
it was 9-3 at halftime.
Gronkowski and Burkhardt both tore us apart. Absolutely tore us apart.
Yeah, in the second half, when your offense can't stay on the field and do anything.
Because Peterman was a quarterback, or because the other quarterback was hurt?
Taylor played into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Dude, this is our chance. This is our chance to make the playoffs. I don't see this team getting any better in the next 2 years.
We have zero chance of being any better. We have a zero chance of having a better shot in the next 2 years. And then we're going to fire McDermott. It's going to be the same fucking thing. You're saying play for 2020? No coach gets a fourth year when they're a fucking loser.
You guys, this is what you guys want already, is to fire McDermott. And
I want him to learn how to coach, man.
Well, then give him a chance. You guys have been crushing him since
chance.
October.
He looks lost.
I want an offensive coach.
Because of the challenge he didn't make?
Yeah.
Challenges are ridiculous anyways, man. It's like every single coach.
Did you see him at the end of the first half against in the home game that we ended up winning? But, dude, when we got tackled in bounds?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's terrible coaching. Absolutely
terrible coaching? Or maybe the quarterback shouldn't make that throw.
Dude, it's coaching.
It's coaching. You guys,
all four of those
are coaching for everything. The player needs to execute the play. And we talked about this on the podcast. That Tyrod Taylor, there's no way that they were like, Tyrod, throw a 2-yard out to Jordan Matthews so he gets tackled in bounds. Give me a break. Matthews was probably running that route to like clear out a defender or something. Like,
we saw the routes. There was all 4 routes on that play. They were within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. But, okay, whatever. I don't want to even talk about this. I want to talk about his decision-making. Bringing in Dennison, keeping Tyrod. I mean, these decisions don't make any sense.
You can... Dennison hasn't worked out, and we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
Cutting Jonathan Williams, that seems great, like a great move.
Do you think Jonathan Williams is he on what, Denver's practice squad? Like he's not even playing.
He's on New Orleans.
Whatever.
He'd be playing on our team.
You tell me, he definitely would have been playing a month ago.
I don't know why we didn't get someone like Cadet before the season, but you don't know who, like, if that's Bean or McDermott. I mean, sure, both of them, but the things I could criticize Bean and McDermott for are the running back situation for sure, and Dennison. And hopefully they fire Dennison.
You just said people love to blame the coaches, and that's exactly what you're doing.
You're blaming the coaches for like executing a play. I'm talking decisions on what players are on the team are obviously based from the management of the team. So you want to blame Brandon Bean and Sean McDermott for
we've empowered McDermott to make every decision.
That's defensible.
We've empowered McDermott to make every single decision, and the guy is not qualified to be a GM. Okay. He's barely qualified to be a defensive coordinator.
That's just ridiculous to say, but it's just. I mean, you guys just have to. People just need to.
Why do you like him so much? Because he's a nice guy.
I'm not even saying that. It's the guy's first year. I'm just sick of this every single year.
My prayers haven't been answered. I've been praying every day since Sunday. My prayers haven't been answered.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Dude, if we fired him after the season, I would be extremely happy. But I guess I'll have to live with him. I don't know.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You want to just get another coach in, try this again, and hope until we're like 13-3 the first year.
You think Doug McDermott and Rick Dennison are going to take us to the Super Bowl, bro?
What team?
Rick Dennison isn't. I'm not saying Rick Dennison. I'm saying fire Rick Dennison.
What team hires a defensive coach as their head coach? It doesn't make any sense. The only reason I don't want to fire McDermott after this year is because McBean, whatever the guy's name is, Brandon McBean is not qualified to be a GM. So he hasn't done anything for the team except for trade away players, get Jordan Matthews in here. The guy plays, a week and a half? No, he didn't even get out of the preseason without getting hurt. Then we trade for Benjamin. That guy sneezes and he's out.
I'd fire Bean before I fired McDermott. I'd bring in
100%.
I'd bring Jerry Reese in. The guy, Bean's been trying to lose since day one. It's embarrassing.
Jerry Reese. I don't think so.
I have no comment. I'm so sick of this dialogue. It's just,
dude, Coach, you want us to lose. You're like Mick Bean. You want us to lose. I feel like.
I don't want us to lose. I want us to.
It feels like you do. It feels like you want.
You were thrilled.
So they could say. So you can say the talent's not good enough. Give this guy a chance.
That's not what I'm saying. No,
Taylor sucks.
Give him 2 more years after this year.
Oh, Darius trade doesn't matter, dude. You've been echoing the same tune the entire fucking season. You care less about making the playoffs. You want us to suck. You want us to suck.
You're right. I honestly couldn't care less about being 8-8 and 9-7 and making the playoffs. Like, it won't even do anything for me. I want to be like actually good.
Actually good.
Yeah. Like, you guys want to keep? Let's
4
just try
years?
and get all these band-aids and get lucky one year. And
yeah, because we weren't 5-2. We weren't 5-2, and then traded 4-2 and traded our best defensive player. That's great.
Well, 2 of our wins were lucky. The coaches, you could see it, that the team wasn't that good.
You realize that almost every fucking game is lucky? What are you talking about?
I have no idea. I have no idea what Coach is even talking about.
Yeah, a lot of games, there is so much luck in football, but there's luck in just, normal luck. And then when you get 4 turnovers to 0.
Shit was finally going our way, and then we dismantled the team even more because Brandon McBean was more pissed.
It's just, come on. It's ridiculous. And if you are going to tell me that we'd have a different record with Darius, come on. That's ridiculous.
So when we don't get a good quarterback in the draft this year, we go 5-11. We have some second-round guy who is like the 5th quarterback taken, and then we're horrible 2 years after that. What are you going to give? You're going to give him a 4th season?
I don't know what they're going to do with the quarterback. If they look
calling for Coast will be calling for McDermott's head a year from now. You can bank on it. You can absolutely etch that.
Week 4 of 19.
We should see progress next year. Like,
what does that mean, progress? Worse record?
You might have a worse record, but you should have young players that are improving in
who?
A team.
They're saying they're going to trade Shaq Lawson. Who? Oh, Eddie Yarbrough?
God, Shaq Lawson.
Who the fuck? Where's all these young players?
They have 5 picks in the first 3 rounds next year. Obviously, that's going to.
You think we're going to draft 5 players? You think we're going to use all 5 of those on players? No,
I think so.
I guarantee we don't.
I think we'll use all 5 on players. Unless they're going to. What do you think? They're going to package them to move up for a QB?
Probably a guard, or hopefully a fucking quarterback. Because clearly we don't have any on the roster. Except for Joe Webb.
I have no idea what they're going to do at quarterback. I really don't. It could be a veteran. There's going to be some options. Who?
Andy Dalton?
A lot of guys like that. Dalton, Manning.
Jay Cutler?
No, not Cutler.
Eli Manning. I'll lose my mind if we go after Eli Manning.
Tom Savage?
Well, he'd be the best quarterback we've had here in 20 years easily. Without not even close.
Who's starting this week? Who's starting this week?
Have you watched any Giants games this year, dude?
Yeah, they have worse talent than we do.
Do they? They were 11-5 last year?
They were 11-5 last year. Then they lost. Their 2 top receivers are hurt. They have who's their running back?
They've never had a running back.
What?
They've never had a running back since Ron Dane.
Right, but when you have Odell Beckham and
Sterling Shepard, what's that guy ever done?
Yeah, but Beckham is an elite player.
They were 0-5 with him. They were 0-5 with him, bud.
All I'm saying is the Giants don't have talent, and you're trying to argue that with me. You have to argue everything I say. The Giants don't have talent.
So how did they have 11 wins last year? They have no talent. Because it's invalid. They were 11-5 last year. They were 0-5 with Odell, your boy.
Yeah, they were 11-5 last year because they had one of the best defenses in the NFL. And
they brought everyone back
on offense. And I'm not saying Eli Manning is amazing right now, but he's better than anyone we had. I'm just saying there's veteran options.
You're completely contradicting yourself. You're saying you want us to be great, and you want to bring in an old quarterback on the decline of his career, and you want this team to be great?
Coach needs a nap and get his thoughts together. Because nothing he's saying is making any sense.
And you bring in Eli Manning? You got to be fucking kidding me, dude.
I'm saying, you want to have a
change your mind more than anybody I've ever met in my entire life.
That's not you. Well, you're just wrong in interpreting what I'm saying. You need to find a quarterback next year.
You want a 38-year-old Eli Manning over Tyrod Taylor?
Easily. I would take anyone over Tyrod Taylor. I don't want to see that guy play another down in the Bills uniform. I'm just so sick of seeing it.
I'd take Eli over Tyrod, but no, they're drafting. They're going to draft two. They're going to draft two quarterbacks.
I would draft 4. But you just said
you bring in Eli.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
So you're going to split the snaps with Eli and 4 rookie quarterbacks?
I would draft. I'd probably draft
Peterman. Wow, coach.
No, Peterman would have to earn a spot.
So you're going to cut. So you're going to cut your second and third round draft picks.
I'm not saying you have to draft
on this team that has no talent.
Right away.
On this team that has no talent.
That's going to start.
So you're going to cut a second and third round pick from 2018 on a team that has no talent.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
You just said you draft 4 quarterbacks.
I take it back. I took it back already. I said I would draft 2. I would draft one in the first.
Peterman will be preaching at St. John Vianney's in next fall.
He's got a prayer circle going before the Dolphins game. They have a fucking tabernacle or something.
The religious stuff. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Come on,
Steve, didn't you get married in a Catholic church? Like, what are you guys talking about? So the guy's religious. Who gives a shit?
It shows that he's dumb.
What? Oh my god.
If you think Nate Peterman's smart, I got some beachfront property for you in Hamburg
I
to
know
sell you.
nothing about Peterman. I saw him play one half of football in which everything went wrong.
Well, you're going to see a full game this Sunday. I pretty much guarantee Taylor's not playing this week.
I'd be shocked if Peterman beats the Colts.
Well, Marlon Mack's going to tear us apart.
Taylor's not. He's not playing again. The reason why is because we're going to beat the Colts, and then they're going to use that to have excuse to play. If
you think you're going to be able to sell that to Shady? You think you're going to sell that shit to Shady? Oh, we beat up on the Colts by 10-3 in the snow, and and Tyrod's healthy against the Dolphins. You think they're going to keep Peterman out there?
It depends how Peterman plays, but I can guarantee you that Shady and anyone else on the offense is not satisfied with Taylor at quarterback.
The last time they saw Peterman start a game, he threw 5 interceptions in his first 12 passes.
Yeah. Do you think so? That means he's just automatically 100% going to be atrocious.
Yes,
the guy's
without a doubt.
Football.
Without a doubt in my mind.
I think the team would rally around him too.
Do we have a backup besides Joe Webb?
No.
I think I saw a practice highlight. There was some other white guy out there throwing the rock. I don't know. Get him on practice squad.
Get him on the field.
Probably Riley, everyone's new favorite player.
Who? Oh, O'Reilly? O'Reilly or Riley? I forget.
It's just Riley, bud.
Yeah, get him out there.
Wait, Riley the receiver, or there's a Riley quarterback too?
No, he's a receiver.
They activated him.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying who's the white quarterback besides Peterman?
I'm trying to see if I can find it. I swear I saw another guy out there in this highlight. I was like, who the hell is that guy? No, Peterman.
Wow. This talent on this team is just
I'm lost. There's no
there
other.
Isn't anyone else on the fucking roster.
There's Peterman, Tyrod. Yeah. Oh no, there's not. I'm lost.
The season with Nate Peterman and Tyrod Taylor as your 2 quarterbacks. That's
We're a game out of the wild card, and we're going to go into the game with Joe Webb as our backup.
Joe Webb started a playoff game.
That's how you build a roster. These two fucking this brain trust is really something to get behind.
No one cares about the playoffs this year.
You
They don't.
Dude, I've been studying
Are you fucking serious?
Strength of schedule for 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, because we're loser fans.
I've been looking at Tennessee's schedule every day.
Unbelievable satisfaction out of a one and done wild card loss to Jacksonville.
One and done loss. Who said anything about losing? Jesus.
You scared of Blake Bortles?
By like a combined.
You're scared of Blake Bortles?
Because we traded Darius.
You're scared of Blake
Bills
Bortles?
are one of the worst teams in the NFL.
You're scared of Blake Bortles?
That team would, if Taylor played in Jacksonville against that defense, oh my God, it would be ugly. He might have negative net passing
would tear him up.
Yeah, Darius would probably have like three interceptions, a fucking 4 sacks, a fumble recovery. It would be scary, but I'm not scared of fucking Blake Bortles.
Brandon Beane.
It's pretty funny that you don't care about a playoff game.
Making the playoffs this year.
Funny that you don't care about a playoff game, yet you know the score of every fucking Bills playoff game since the 80s. I don't know what's happened to you. You got brain rot? Did you eat some like bad food for dinner? What are you talking about? You don't care about the playoffs. Holy shit. How many times have you watched the Dolphins-Bills game in 98? Probably like 50?
Well, say that again?
Bills-Dolphins playoff game in 1998. How many times have you watched that game?
Ton of times. I mean, who hasn't?
What the frig?
It's one of the most. This franchise only had like 15 playoff games in their entire existence. It's an embarrassment.
Coach,
is that the Eric Moulds game?
Yeah, Coach. I really want to replace you on this podcast if you don't care about a Bills playoff game. When you we call each other every single week talking about meaningless Bills games against the Saints in November, and you know every playoff score going back to the 80s, and you're saying that you don't care about not watching a Bills playoff game in 17 fucking years. You're lying to yourself or you're lying to us, but I'm sick of it. Quit lying to me.
I said his tune will be completely different next week. Guaranteed. It's close. All he needs is a
Tennessee will lose 2 straight, and we'll have the same record as them, and we'll have the better strength of victory. And he'll be, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he'll be on board. And just saying how our defense has turned the corner, how Taylor looks good, how
Taylor's not playing.
Deontay Thompson is like is like a true number 2 or something. He'll be drinking Kool-Aid in 2 weeks.
All right. Obviously, I wouldn't be pissed if they made the playoffs. But my point is, the team should have a longer-term goal than squeaking in and making the wild card this year.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
The AFC is so good, then we can't win a couple games to possibly make the AFC Championship. Come on, Coles.
Yeah, I know what our plan is, to stack 6th-round picks. That's what we want to do.
You're not winning at Heinz Field. You're not winning at Foxborough. You're not winning any road playoff game. Taylor's road record as a starter is like 7-14.
We just beat
shit.
He's never played a good
shit.
He's never won a big game in his entire career.
I told you Taylor sucked 2 years ago, and that Manuel should play. Now you're just realizing I was right.
Didn't Tyrod Taylor just win a game on the road against the AFC West division leader? Did that happen, or am I sleeping?
You're right. They're so good. They've lost 5 of 6 and just lost the Jets.
And yet they'll still be in the playoffs. Their homes.
That team is not going to the playoffs.
Their next 2 games are at home against the Raiders and the Chargers, or maybe the Broncos.
They'll probably lose both of them. They're worse than us, obviously.
I'm just saying they're in the we beat the Raiders, Denver, and Kansas City, and one of those teams will probably be in the playoffs. Except for maybe San Diego, who had 5 interceptions against some fucking novice piece of shit fake quarterback in the first half of a game that we needed to win.
I don't know, man.
You're right.
What do you think? What do you think about Jacoby Brissett and Chuck Pagano this week?
They're terrible. Pagano, I don't know how this guy still has a job, but.
Is there any chance that we lose?
Yeah, there's a chance that we lose. Obviously. I need to know. All I care about the Colts is whether or not T.Y. Hilton's going to have a day.
All you care about is fantasy football?
No, I'm talking about the Colts. That team's a joke. They're terrible.
Why are they terrible?
Oh, well, I don't.
They're like 3-10. Like, what do you mean?
What does that mean? Why are they terrible?
They got Gore, they got Mack, they got Jack Doyle, T.Y. Hilton, Dante Moncrief. Yeah, I mean, their D-line's not the best, but, I mean, we can't run the ball anyways.
You know that their fucking franchise is a complete disaster. They fired Grigson finally, but the coach is still there, and the owner, he's more lost than Coast. The Colts, I don't even want to talk about them for more than 2 minutes. If we lose to the Colts, because of Nate Peterman, I'm gonna jump off the roof of that fucking stadium. And Jesus Christ, I can't. I won't be able to handle that. I can't.
Peterman might play decent, but he might get outplayed by Brissett.
Has Jacoby Brissett ever played in a cold weather game? NC State, I don't think they would ever play in the cold. Maybe they would have played at Pitt one time, but
maybe BC or Pitt.
We're not losing to the Colts. There's no way. The team is terrible. Pagano, this team's a joke.
You just said the Bills were one of the 3 worst teams in the league. Didn't you just say that?
Yeah, we're at home. We're winning. We'll probably be 3-point favorites. We're not losing.
If we're 3-point favorites, the line I don't think is out. But if we're 3-point favorites with Peterman, I mean that's all you need to say about the guy's career.
If Taylor plays, we're going to be 4-point favorites.
If we're giving less than 6.5, I'm putting the house on that. Well, if Tiny Tyrod plays, but not if Nate the Great. I mean, he's going to have to pray during halftime and shit. Friday, holy day of obligation. Is he going to miss practice?
Oh, my God. You guys are just lost.
All right. Well,
so you both just want us to fire the coach at the end of the season, start over again, and try and be 9-7? Just perennially try and be 9-7?
I want to bring in a real offensive coordinator, and I want him to give up control of the defense. What's our record at the end?
The greatest coach of all time, a defensive coach?
Who?
Bill Belichick. Isn't he a defensive coach?
Seifert, I think, is the best head coach of all time. But yeah, Belichick originally was defensive, but that was back when he was. Yeah, that was back when he was with the Browns. Belichick was in charge of defense. The Patriots haven't had a good defense since like 2004.
Right, but you don't. Belichick's a defensive guy.
All right, yeah, I know he used to be. So, we got to wrap this up. What's our record going to be at the end of the year?
Thank God. This is brutal.
I'm so pissed right now. You guys are lost, and you just epitomize pathetic Bills fans. Bills fans are a joke.
Dude,
we're 1 game out of the playoffs, bro.
I don't get that.
So is like
1 game out of the playoffs.
Actually, there's only one other team that is.
The Dolphins twice and the Colts. So I mean, I don't know what your deal is, but I don't know. I just
go 9-7, make the playoffs.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, we need Tennessee to lose this week. And then we could be looking pretty soon.
Tennessee and KC and what do we need? The Chargers to just win the West. Obviously.
No, I'm not talking to you about this because you just said you don't care about the playoffs. So we'll talk to you next week.
And the goal would be bigger than just getting a
in
6
4 years. In 4 years we might be 10-6. Great, I can't wait.
Baltimore plays Pittsburgh this week.
In 4 years we might be 10-6. I can't wait.
I predicted 10-6 last week.
Well, you're saying that we want to build to something better, you
guys got me off on a tangent because of this whole Peterman McDermott thing. I'm just disgusted by the McDermott Peterman shit. Like,
so am I.
Tyrod Taylor,
it makes me sick.
It makes me sick. Tyrod Taylor's a terrible quarterback, and he got benched, and it was like the biggest outcry of all time that we benched this guy. It's pathetic.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys next week.
No predictions for the game, or?
I said 10-3 Bills.
I'm going 34-13 Bills.
I got to go with the Colts, 20-17. Serious. I'm dead serious. I got a bad feeling about this week, especially if Peterman plays, obviously.
So what's the score if Taylor plays?
If Taylor plays, it'll be 20-17 Bills.
And if Peterman plays, it's 20-17 Colts?
Yeah.
So Peterman and Taylor make like a 3-point difference on offense?
6 points if you can add, actually.
Well, I mean, so he's going to like throw an extra interception in like the red zone that leads to a field goal or something?
He'll throw 4 extra interceptions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Taylor, his biggest strength is he doesn't make mistakes, yet he had one of the worst INTs of all time. The game was pretty much over at that point Sunday.
Jeff, you didn't even see it, so how do you know? You didn't even see it.
On the season.
I don't give a shit.
All right.
Don't give a shit. Okay, Cost.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it?
Hey, Peter. Yeah? Watch out for your cornhole, bud. Okay, Lawrence. This is Nathan for you. Because you couldn't take a hit? That's a joke. That's an absolute joke, is what it is.
Shit, I'm all about the bills like 30.